Hey, it's me, Raika. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new season of the Vaults of Time. Now over here we can see we can enroll for the event, and we have two enrollment lists, the casual and the honorable list. Now the honorable, you have to pay an upfront fee of 3,000 diamonds, but you will get a significantly more rewards compared to the casual rewards over here. So as we can see over here, for the prince rewards, we get 20 stargazing tickets and 10 time emblem tickets. Now from the honorable over here, we can see that we get 5 additional stargazing tickets. In addition, we get 3,000 diamonds extra for both Duke and Prince, and we also get more rewards for the subsequent tiers over here. Now each time we upgrade our title, being from Knight all the way to Prince, we will get some of these fantastic rewards for our account. Now, this Vault of Time is a testing round where you'll be able to interact with the brand new map with the different gate bosses scattered around. In addition, there are brand new features where you will have to interact with them in order to weaken the final boss and claim all the epic rewards for your account. Now, similar to the previous Vault of Time, you'll have to collect tiles. Now, there will be various tiles from all the way starting from T1 all the way to Tier 8 tiles, and each tile will give you a different amount of resources. So as we can see over here, the lake surface, which is a tier 2 or a tier 5 tile, will give you 200 of the blessed essence. And in addition, you will have a chance to drop a elite relic. Now you can upgrade your relics, as we can see over here, from your blessed relic. So this will empower your heroes, allowing you to conquer much higher bosses and defeat tiles in order to get even stronger and defeat the final boss. Now, at the beginning, you'll have to choose between one out of the 5 currently available classes. That is warriors, tanks, celerity, mages, and supports. Now, you'll start off with 5 heroes, and each time you upgrade your rank, so as we can see over here, I am Earl, and when you upgrade your rank, you'll get more tiles and you'll get more heroes available. So currently, I only have 15 heroes. But when I upgrade or complete the current objectives, I'll be able to put more heroes and allow myself to become stronger and conquer more tiles. Now, each time you rank up, you'll get a variety of rewards depending on the rank, and the higher the rank, the more epic the rewards you'll get. Now, over here, we can see some of the challenges. So you'll have to reach a certain level of relic, acquire a certain number of blessed relics, that's the empowered relics to buff up your heroes. And in addition, you also have to collect a certain amount of resources, which is the blessed essence resource. And you also have to conquer a certain tier of tile. So what this means is you have to unlock or conquer a higher tier tile compared to the previous map or area. So at the beginning, which is the brown area over here, that'll be up to tier 5 tiles, which is the starting area. Now, once you've defeated the first gate boss, which is right over here, then you'll proceed into the next area. Now, this area will have also the same amount of tiles, but this one will go up to all the way to tier 7 tiles. Now, this will give you a massive boost in the amount of resources and relics that you can acquire. So this is the second tier, which is this one at the bottom over here. And then once you've entered this area, this is a brand new item over here, is you'll have to defeat 3 gate bosses. The first one is to the north over here, which is this top area. The second one is in the middle, right over here. This one will lead to the final boss. And then the bottom area over here, this is the bottom or south boss. Now the 2 north and south bosses will lead to the artifacts that you need to conquer. Now the first one is the Phantom Doll. As we can see, Phantom Beckoner Doll. And then the second one over here is the Pearl. As we can see over here, this is the Pearl that we have to acquire, Purifying Orb. Now, both of these will significantly weaken the final boss, which is in the center area over here. This will give your teams much more survivability, give them more damage, and allow you to acquire your rewards faster. Now, that means your militia will have to spread out evenly to be able to conquer the top section, the middle section, which is wrapping around all the way to the boss, and in the bottom section, which is to acquire the purifying ore. So we have to conquer these tiles. Now, each time we conquer one of these tiles, we will be able to get more powerful relics and more essence to upgrade our heroes. So over here, one of the changes that have been made is the significant increase to the amount of power that the enemies have. So over here, we can see this tier 7 is 557 million power. So this is significantly stronger than any of my teams. However, you do not have to worry about this particular item, as you only need slightly more than half. So if my teams have about 260 or 280 million power, they'll easily be able to conquer these enemies over here. So let's have a look. So we defeat these couple of relics or tiles along the way. All right, so once you've defeated the tile, you'll get a couple of stars back. So depending on how many challenges you complete, you'll get 2 stamina back for each star that you have conquered. Now you can do this for each and every single tile. So once you've conquered a tile, you can select a hero to garrison on that tile. Then you attack the next tile over here. All right, so now we've made a path all the way to the tier 7. So now we click on attack. Then we select the team that we want to build. So I'm going to quickly put in my tank-based team. Now we can see that in addition to this tile over here is cursed. So if I am not using tanks, then I'll be heavily penalized from this debuff over here. As we can see, all non-light bearers lose health and lose their attack rating as well. So this will significantly impact your teams if they're not built correctly. Over here, I'm going to set up my teams. All right, so I'm happy with my team. So as you can see, there is a massive power deficit between me and the enemies. However, I'll be able to easily conquer this, so you do not have to worry about the significant power deficit. You'll easily be able to conquer this as long as you have just over half power from the enemy hero. So the enemies have about 280 million, so I'll need about 140 million in order to conquer the enemies. There we go. We're defeating them slowly one by one. Thorin is left, and we have defeated him. So as we can see, that is the first enemy team that we have defeated. Now we have to defeat the second team as well. All right, so I'm going to set up my team once again. So set up your team. Perfect. Now that you've set up your team, now you can click on attack. Now each attack will take a certain amount of stamina. So this attack will take 24 stamina. Now if I lose, I'll lose 24 stamina. And if I win, depending on how many stars that I gain, I'll be able to return some of that stamina back to my heroes. So let's attack these enemies over here. As we can see, there is a massive power level deficit between me and the enemies. However, I'll still be able to easily conquer the enemy heroes over here. I highly recommend that you stack as many of one particular class at the beginning. This will greatly power up your heroes, as you'll be only leveling up or powering those particular heroes up. So as we can see, I've conquered that tile over here, and now I can garrison a hero. Now I do not have that particular hero, so I can't let that hero give me extra rewards. Now when you cultivate or add that hero, you'll get 20% extra blessed essence per hour. So as we can see, this is 20% plus the 280 per hour plus the 20% essence yield over here. Now, as we can see over here, I'm using one class. Now, I'm primarily focused on tanks. Now, once I have gotten them to level 5 and above, then I'll switch over to a different class. So my different class over here is mages. So this will be my boss-based team. So if you can have a look at my heroes over here, the first 2 rows over here are my tanks. Now, they will be used for pathing, conquering tiles, and defeating bosses. Now, if we scroll down over here, we have my boss team. Now, every single row over here, this will be an additional team that I can use to get higher rankings and get more rewards. So this team over here is slowly building up stamina. In addition, I'm also building up the stamina of my pets. So this pet over here is slowly acquiring stamina. And this team will be used to defeat the final boss. Now, this team is a combination of multiple classes, both mages and supports. So later on, once I've fully built my tanks, I can easily swap over and start building my other classes as well. This will give me a better, well-rounded attack and allow my allies to be as efficient and deal as much damage to the final boss over here. Now over here we can see we have the boss trial formations. Now this is a test run of the boss. So as we can see, I'm fully powering up my teams in order to deal the maximum damage to the boss over here. So these are the two artifacts that we can acquire, and we can click on begin attacking the final boss. Now over here we can test a couple of formations. So over here I've built a couple of formations for the final boss. So I have these particular teams. Now over here I have two 10 billion teams. They are very similar to the previous Vault of Time over here. However, this boss over here requires that you consistently deal AoE damage for the entire duration of the fight. The reason for this is if you do not consistently attack the boss, you will be instantly one-shotted by the adds that the boss summons. So let's have a look at this team over here. So this is the Belinda, Awakened Belinda based team, and this is the Liberta and Awakened Athalia based team. Both of these teams can easily get the 10 billion damage marker on the boss. So let's begin battle. So as we can see, I've already predefined my teams. They already have all their relics adjusted and applied to them. I also have the set pet. Now pets play an extremely important role as some of them provide cheat deaths for your teammates. And this can be a game changer and give you an extra 1 to even 5 billion damage depending on the pet that you choose for your team. Now, I'm going to speed up this battle over here. So as we can see, my team did 10 billion damage. Most of the damage came from Belinda. Now there are multiple substitutes that you can have, and I'll add them all in the description below. So that's one 10 billion based team. Now I'm going to do another one over here. So this is the Liberta and Awakened Athalia based team. All right. So this is the team as well as the pet, and all of their relics have been applied to the allied heroes. Now, if you have multiple awakened heroes in the same team, make sure that you choose the correct awakened skill in order to fully buff your team. So let's begin battle. All right, so I'm going to speed through this battle. So this team does extremely well because of the amount of cheat death and AoE damage that the entire team does. So as we can see, this team nearly did 10 billion damage. So it ranges between 9.9 and just over 10 billion damage. So most of the damage will come from Awakened Athalia and Liberta over here. All right, so those are the teams for this boss over here. Now, there are many more teams that you can mix and match in order to attack this boss. These are some of the suggestions that I've found or I've tested when attacking this boss and gave me the best numbers that I currently have.